It didn't take long for district leaders and educators in Los Angeles Unified to respond to the news that U.S. Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos had resigned. One of the worst secretaries of education in history, School Board President Kelly Gonez tweeted, "Finally at Betsy DeVos ED does something helpful for our public schools, by resigning," tweeted Nick Melvoin, another board member. "Too little, way too late," the local teachers union said in a Facebook post. Such were the responses late Thursday, January 7, when news first broke about one of the most polarizing figures in President Donald Trump's administration of the past 4 years. Teachers' unions and advocates of traditional public schools opposed her because of her support of charter schools and voucher programs. On Friday, the board members continued to pile on their criticisms of DeVos while expressing optimism that the nation's next schools chief under the Biden administration, presumably Miguel Cardona, current education commissioner in Connecticut, will be a vast improvement to DeVos. Gonez, who served as an education policy advisor during President Barack Obama's administration, characterized DeVos' decision to step down when she did, saying in an email that the education secretary had an opportunity to help invoke the 25th Amendment to remove Trump from office. Secretary DeVos's resignation at the 11th hour of the Trump presidency is a self-serving move, not an act of principle, Gonez said. She was in a position to hold Trump accountable through the 25th Amendment, and instead she chose to walk away. Melvoin was equally unmoved by DeVos' decision to step down, saying in a separate interview, "I don't give these folks any badge of courage for avoiding a sinking ship." In her resignation letter, DeVos, who was the second cabinet member to resign this week, cited Trump's rhetoric for inciting Wednesday's mob riot at the Capitol while Congress was in session to certify the election of Joe Biden as the country's next president. DeVos called it the inflection point for her and said that impressionable children are watching and learning from us. But neither Gonez nor Melvoin were sorry to see her go, accusing DeVos of stripping civil rights protections from LGBTQ students as well as from campus sexual assault victims during her tenure. District officials have also opposed the Trump administration's attempt to wind down the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, an Obama-era program that gives certain immigrants who arrive to the county as young children work permits and deferment from deportation, immigration policies that separated children from their parents in the administration and its attempt to ask U.S. Census participants about their citizenship status. With Trump's days in office winding down, LAUSD board members expressed hope of brighter days ahead.